we've got to start engaging these archers. God, we've taken some serious casualties, but we are doing alright. We are holding up our fight. What's up, guys? My name is Hawkwood Online. We are playing Total War Shogun 2. This is episode 4 of the legendary Shimazu campaign, and we've got a bit of a showdown to start off the episode. I've got my daimyo Takahisa Shimazu, as well as his adopted son Tomokata, facing off against the Shoni daimyo Sugemoto and his son and heir Tokinao. They've got a lot of missile units, they've got more men than me. It's going to be a bit of a tough fight, but I think I'm going to have to play this one aggressively, and I should hopefully be able to come out with a win. Let's see how we do. Thank you guys for joining as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed the previous 3 episodes. If you guys have any feedback for me, any questions about anything, leave comments, give me a like or a dislike if you're not feeling it. But yeah, let me know how you find the episodes so far, and if there's anything that you would recommend. This map's a bit tough. This battle will be a bit tough because I've got some pretty trash units, and I'm facing some also very trash units, but they have a bit of an advantage in that if I play this too defensively and sit back on a hill or something like that, their archers will shred my infantry. They have 3 bow samurai, which are going to be pretty goddamn effective. So I'm a bit scared of those guys. I am going to try and have these guys in a rough order so that I have most of my casualties taking place in the center, and then I have these flank units protected somewhat. So yeah, I'll actually put them in order here the way I have them in my unit cards, so that when I straighten out the lines, they'll get into this order roughly, so that the central lines are the ones that will take the big hit. They have a lot of archers, but unfortunately I don't see enough woodland. There's no trees in a good location, I feel like, to give me cover. There's obviously trees here, but they're not very thick. I mean, if anywhere, like, I wish I could have switched. I wish I could have ended up on this hill, because the thickness of the trees here and the fact that it's a hill, so I would get a bit of an advantage with them fighting uphill. That would have been perfect if we could switch, but as things stand, I am going to need to be a bit careful here. Alright, let's hope that these guys stay in the formation I've just put them in. Yeah, they did. Good. Good. Alright, so these guys are in order. I just need to, like, it's tempting to sit up on this hill, but I would like to plug these holes and just watch their infantry charge up the hill into my spear walls, but I'm very, very worried that this open exposed area will just lead me to get a few units slaughtered by their archers. It would be tempting to make it to this hill. It's a bit thicker in terms of trees, but they are so much closer to it than I am, so I'd have to run over, and I probably wouldn't get into a comfortable formation. There's a lot of hills. In fact, maybe I could go here, because while it's kind of far away, they would have to come from there to catch up with me. I might be able to get here, and there is a bit of tree cover, but it's still, I'm not sure it's enough to deal with that many samurai, because these guys only have 2 armor, so they're so exposed to getting just like absolutely butchered by enemy missile units. Especially when I put them in spear wall, because you can see their formation gets a lot tighter, so the archers don't, they just have to aim for the big clump and they'll probably hit. If you guys, based on this situation, if you guys take a look at this map, tell me where you would position your army, and give me a good reason why. I'm curious to see what you guys would think of this situation. The way I'm feeling at this point is that it would be wise to keep my guys somewhere where I will be able to basically just aggressively run my lines into melee combat to avoid the archers having as much of an impact as they otherwise would. And I'd probably put these guys up front just to take the first few volleys there, and then hopefully by the time we're close, once these guys have taken some probably serious hits from the 6 missile units, I will hopefully be able to close the distance, throw these guys into Yari Wall, and just keep marching forward, engage their missile units so they're not firing. I think that's the best strategy. If I can, I'm going to hide in the trees here, and so once they get about here is when I'll start charging, so that I have a bit of cover from their missiles, and then I can hopefully get a downhill kind of position, an uphill position from their lines by the time we actually engage. I think that's the strategy I'm going to go with. I'm going to play this a bit aggressively. It would be really fun to sit on this hill and camp, but I just have no missile units. Oh, I have not enough of a missile contingent to counter the fact that they have so many bows, so I do have to play this one more aggressively than I would like to. Considering you're on defense, you usually have the advantage, especially with Yari Ashigaru, but in Spear Wall, but in this situation I think it's going to pay off to be kind of aggressive. They only have the 2 generals as cavalry, so it would be super risky to even run these guys forward by themselves without infantry to back them up, just to draw some fire. I don't really mind too much if they get routed, but take a few volleys from these guys while the Yari Ashigaru move up. Hopefully they won't take too much damage. But yeah, we'll see how this battle goes. This should be interesting. You guys let me know what you think. Think if I made the right call. If you don't, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. About my play on this one. Because I definitely acknowledge, while I've been playing this game for years, and Total War games generally for years, each one is a bit different, and the tactics you can use are always going to be... We've got to start engaging these archers. God, we've taken some serious casualties, but we are doing alright. We are holding up our fight. It looks like one of the generals is potentially dead. I don't know if that's the son or the daimyo. Alright, we're going to move up with these guys. In fact, I might even take them out of formation just to run them up a bit faster, because I just need them to be in the combat. There we go, spears up. Keep pushing them forward to engage the bow samurai. Oh, those are just Ashigaru. We are taking some serious casualties overall, but we are also going to use that rally. Got to keep my troops in good condition. Ooh, okay, I've definitely got some troops here that need to be a bit deeper in the engagement. We're going to get him to cover our flanks. This is a bloody battle, but so far I've taken pretty equal casualties on a lot of fronts. Even this extremely damaged unit here on the flank has actually survived. Really solid. The last units we've got to face off against are the bow samurai, so I'm hoping we can get into combat with them nice and quick. I'm scared to pull these Yari Ashigaru out of... there we go, we did it. Ooh, alright. A bloody battle, like I said, but I feel like I need to chase down more of these enemies because we've taken so many losses, but I don't know that I'll be able to chase them because I've only got the 2 generals and they're pretty wounded. I think I'm going to leave it, because if you click end battle straight away in this routing phase, there is a chance that you'll kill off some more of their troops. Ooh, a heroic victory. Not ideal, once again. As I mentioned in a previous episode, a heroic victory means we get a statue, and a statue means the Shogun pays a bit more attention to us, and we get closer to declaration of realm divide, where the civil war starts and everybody will be angry at us. So we don't want to do that because it means we grab less land. We have some serious experience in the pack here. Our daimyo, however, from a heroic victory does get another honor point, which is really good. So, you know, it's got some positives and some negatives. Although I don't know that I saw a statue there. So maybe we didn't even... +2 morale for ships is not super useful. Alright, that was a tough fight. I'm gonna finish off the upgrade there. And I'm gonna save that 1 point so I can upgrade infantry leader and get +3 melee attack and the ability to use stand and fight straight away. God, that was a tough fight. Absolutely. But we took out the Shogun daimyo and the Shogun daimyo and the son and heir, so their leadership is hopefully a bit weakened. I'm not gonna take this battle. I am just gonna take my time and siege it, because I don't want to lose more men, especially when we're in a situation where they have so many archers. So I'm just gonna take it easy. These guys aren't attacking us, so there's no reason to cause ourselves any problems. We are going to play a bit more defensively in terms of naval combat. I don't have the money really to build a big enough navy to defend myself. So I might even let these 2 ships be destroyed if they do get attacked. Or just auto-resolve the battle. I do need to remember to keep building trade ships though, because I want to at least maintain my trade post here. Without that, bringing in money, I think I'd be on negative upkeep, and that would be really, really rough. It does say an auto-resolve would be a win here, but I'd have too many units that are very low. I don't really want to auto-resolve it and lose some of those guys, so that was a hectic fight, but it paid off. The bow samurai did absolutely shred my Yari Ashigaru though, which is a real shame. And I might have trouble from this naval force here. Oh, it's a trade ship. I could have... I should have checked that. Could have captured it and added it to my little trade fleet here. As it stands now, if this Bune attacks me, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So I might even recruit an extra bow Kaboya here. This is getting really, really tight for money. I think... yeah, okay, I don't think my fame went up there. Maybe it didn't, despite the heroic victory. But one thing to look at, great victories, +1. He's already got the brave trait, which is great. We've got a pretty decent daimyo. He's gonna serve us well. This retainer is trash, obviously, but he's already picked up the brave trait from being involved in combat enough. He's got +1 from a vassal that he started, even though the vassal was then wiped out. And then he's got a heroic victory under his belt. So he's doing very, very well. Which means, in fact, that we should have... there it is, Daimyo Honor, +1 to public order. So it's going to make things much easier to control. I might switch him to finance, because he gives... it'll give a bonus to tax. Man, our economy is really, really, really tight right now. But if we can wrestle naval control from the Shogun once we have the trade ships, then we should be able to support ourselves a little bit better. I am tempted, once I grab Hyuga, to bypass Bungo and go straight for Busan. Like I said, I want the chance to grab Busan first so that I can start building a Nanban trade quarter, and then take Bungo so I have 2 Nanban trade quarters. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave it there. 2 turns until that's researched. I can't really afford to build any more units. My economic situation is super, super dire. We'll see if we can get these guys back, because I think it's more important to defend what we have than to try and hold things that I can't really benefit from, because I can't send trade ships up there right now with the Shonin having a naval presence all over the place, even if it is just a one-off bune. I don't really want to invest too heavily in spreading out my naval control rather than just having one area locked down. Once I'm confident this is defended, then I can move up to the next node and the next one and the next one. By the point I have those 4, I should be in a decent economic situation, even if this war kind of stagnates and I can't get up to Busan. It is only turn 11, I think, so I'm doing okay, because I'll have this province again soon. The Shoni will not have a full stack to fight against me. These guys will hopefully replenish quite quickly once we have this land back, and then we can start working our way over to Busan or Bungo. If it proves to be too difficult tactically, I might just take Bungo, because I might just need to start expanding my provinces a bit, and then I'll delete the Nanban quarter if I need to and rebuild it here. But we'll see what happens. For now, there's nothing to be done this turn, so we'll wrap it up there. Whew, that was a tense start to this conflict with the Shoni. It does look like I might be getting betrayed soon. Oh, that is a bit unfortunate. Alright, this time I'm just going to auto-resolve it. Decisive defeat. That's fine. I don't really enjoy naval battles, so you won't see me fighting them too often. At least, if I had fire arrows, then I might change my mind, but... Oh, and the Yamana have taken this port now, but they'll probably get wiped out at some point, so I'll be able to grab it back from them. Alright, this is getting a bit dicey. We're now losing money each turn. These guys have chosen not to attack me, which is a bit of a bummer because I'm going to be taking attrition this turn. How many turns until this siege has to be resolved? 2 turns. I really don't want to fight it, but if I leave it another turn, then I'll have another round of attrition from the winter. I've just got too many archers. I would definitely take absolutely crazy casualties. I don't really want to do it. I'd rather take the attrition and then have them come out and fight me. The Oda have been wiped out. Surprising. Alright, this guy's not worth keeping around. Just need to save money on the upkeep. Alright, I think at this point what I'm going to need to do is gather up my naval forces, including even the trade ships, because I'm not making any money from this blockaded port now anyway. Let me think. I think that's a bune, that's a bune. 3 Bokuboya against a bune should win the auto-resolve, I would hope. So I'm just going to do that. That, and... Oop. Okay, we scared them off our trade route. We'll put these guys back here, hopefully they don't get attacked. And then we need to get him off of our port. Auto-resolve, we captured ourselves a bune, that's fine. Not really keen to keep the bune, but on the other hand, I kind of do need the naval control. I'm gonna get these guys into repair. Hopefully we won't have any issues. These guys can reinforce, so if this one gets attacked, hopefully these guys will be able to back them up. We'll repair these. Yeah, okay, that seems like a solid start. Hopefully that one bune won't attack these 4 trade ships. We need to get another trade ship under construction. We desperately need to build up that income from the trade. I'm going to take the turn of attrition here. Bit of an unfortunate situation, but you know, I think it has to be done. I should have actually kept my generals out, because they would have gotten more experience from reinforcing. If you have all of your generals in one army, the main general gets all the experience, and then they get like I think 1 or 2 points. But if these guys were in a separate army, like my son and this other general that I added to the family, if those two were in a separate army of their own, then they would get slightly more experience. Still not as much as being the lead general, but anyway. Alright, we do have contact with the Yamana, but they don't have trade, so I can't actually contact them with trade, which is a shame. I ideally want to capture... Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to get betrayed though, aren't I, from the Sagara? This is turning into a bit of a mess. Maybe I do have to auto-resolve so I can get my troops back here. I should maybe think about combining some units and going for the auto-resolve so that hopefully I don't lose too many individual units. Yeah, I'm going to go for the auto-resolve. I don't really want to fight a defensive battle, but I need to get back and defend Satsuma from this Sagara army that looks like it's heading my way. Alright, we didn't lose any more units, which is good. This time I am going to peacefully occupy. Repair that, delete that, we don't need it. And I have enough to recruit 1 unit of Yari Ashigaru. This army is probably, I'm guessing, in range to cause some problems for me, which makes me very worried. I am actually going to hold off on repairing this because it's more important that I get another unit of spearmen in my capital. I'm actually a bit worried that these guys will be able to reach this turn. I think they will. Although it might be just out of range. Either way, actually, I might recruit one of the spearmen from here. Nah, it doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, no, I will do it there. I think that's worth it. I'm going to take the risk on building the trade ship instead of recruiting another unit. Although actually, even without the trade ships, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Things are very, very precarious for me here. -12. -8. Even without tax. We're going to have a rebellion on our hands up here in Hyuga. So I'm tempted to not even repair that. Next turn, we'll lose 2 there. Christianity's starting to make its way in, but it hasn't hit 10%, so there's no negative public order impact from it just yet. So we've got 10. We're going to have +4, so it'll be 6. So it'll be -6 for the first turn. And then the next turn it'll be, even without tax, I need to recruit 1 unit of spearmen, but then it won't rebel, which is fine. That works for me. I'll need to do that 1 turn, but then after that I should be in control of it. I am gonna stop the Sagara, who I think are about to betray me. I assume they're about to betray me, because where else would they be heading? God, this is a messy start. For an easy faction, I said. And here I am getting surrounded. Yeah, look at that. They are hiding in my territory because I'm pretty certain they want to attack me and betray me. But at least they haven't attacked just yet. Mounting unrest. I don't want to study Zen because I might be converting anyway to Christianity. So we're going to work on +1 morale from Bushido in 2 turns. And then we'll start our way to getting armorers, because I need to get some katana samurai. I'm going to build a market here. But then I can't afford to recruit a spearman, which I absolutely need to do. Next turn that'll go down by 1, and then I'll have +1 from the garrison with the spearmen recruited, assuming nothing goes wrong. Alright, I'm not ready to convert to Christianity just yet, so we don't want that Christian influence coming in. The Ate have been destroyed on the other end of Japan. Alright. 19. We'll recruit one more spearman. And then these guys, because they've gone into the woods, their movement range should be slowed down. We've got Wako pirates who have spawned, which is a bit of a pain. But that's okay. We don't really have the ability to prevent them causing problems if they were to capture any if they were to start raiding this trade line, then I'd be okay with that, obviously, because it's an enemy trade line. But 160 to repair that one ship, not sure if it's worth it, but I'll do it. And then I'll take, I actually think I will fight the Waka raiders because they might give me a trade ship. And I might not even auto-resolve it, I might fight it myself just to show you guys a naval battle. And also because if they have 2 trade ships that are worth capturing, then I want to try and do that, so that I can then send those trade ships over to help me out here. We're still recruiting more trade ships, but we're not making much money because we don't have many trade partners, and we're about to lose these guys as a trade partner, so I hope we encounter some other clans. It's tempting to send a Bokaboya just out towards the rest of Japan to discover somebody to trade with. But I also need to defend what I have right now. I'm gonna leave this damaged one unrepaired because I just can't afford it right now. We'll be back to defend our province from these guys in just a moment. And if they do attack me, betray me like they look very much like they're going to, then I will move my way up to Higo after I've wiped their army out, and then we can go around that direction and then over to Bungo. Although they're just sitting in the woods. Threat of attack, there it is. Alright, cool. That's fine with me. It's tempting to even go for a bridge battle. Although I didn't see how many archers they have, and that's kind of crucial to finding out whether I have a successful chance with a bridge battle. I don't have many missile units myself, so if they have a lot of them, then they'll shred my guys from across the river. But we do have a stack of 20, granted it's with 4 generals. But you can see here how much a general's upkeep costs. It's only 117, so it's actually not too bad. It's only a bit more than Ashigaru units. So, you know, keeping them in an army just as a small cavalry unit is actually, it's not a terrible idea. I'm tempted to fight them here, mainly because I want to avoid them coming into my land and then, say, raiding my buildings, and then I have to pay to repair them. And a bridge battle can be a massive slaughter if the enemy's dumb enough to just kind of march into your spear wall. If I'm camped over here, granted, you can never be certain what the bridge battle is going to look like. You might end up spawning like further away when the battlefield loads up. You might have your deployment zone very far from the bridge, and so you might not even be able to get there in time to plug the hole. It's a bit risky, since I've got scraps, and they've got 1 and a bit stacks. Maybe this was a bit overzealous, but I don't know, I'm going to go for the high risk, high reward, because if this turns out well, then I'll be closer to Higo and I can grab it a turn earlier. These guys are happy enough. I will actually recruit another unit because it means I can start getting tax from these guys 1 turn earlier with this going down to 0. And that's worth it. So that they don't rebel and so that I have a bit of a defensive force, I think it's definitely worth it. So I'm going to do that. And I can just barely afford it. I don't, however, have the ability to afford another trade ship this turn, which is a bit of a bummer. 233, we got 40 out of that. Upkeep for this is actually 50, so 60 in fact, so I'm not sure if that was worth it. Let me just check. 134. Oh no, actually, I got 100 from that. No, that's definitely worth it then. And it'll be more worth it once I have established contact with other provinces and actually have some trade going. Oh wait, let's raid that. I'm not sure if we're raiding. There we go. So our income went up to barely any. Next turn we'll attack these guys here and push them off, or we'll try and capture it if they, for some reason, don't run away, but they will. Whew. Alright, I think we're going to leave it there. We'll end the turn. Yeah, we've got everything researching as we need. End the turn and see what happens. Okay, the Ouchi have made contact, which is good. I might be able to start trading with them. The Sagara haven't moved yet, which is fine. What are you doing? I'll capture, I'll get rid of these two and capture this, I suppose. Although I can't even afford to do that. In the next episode, I will actually fight this battle out and sink these two ships. Try to capture this one, maybe. But I will leave that for the next episode. Once again, guys, thank you for joining me. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, positive or negative feedback, let me know. And I'll try my best to respond to any messages underneath, any comments underneath. But otherwise, hope you've been enjoying the series so far, and I will see you in the next episode.